Alright folks, quick recap. What we're planning on doing today is to replace the rear blow motor and the blow motor resistor in the rear of my Dodge Durango. I've already taken this apart during the winter time, so now I'm planning on actually replacing this thing. So that panel over there needs to come off. That trim piece up there in the rear needs to be pried open a little bit over there. And there's a couple of clips holding the panel over here. There's a hidden bolt right there. There's a bunch of clips over here down this path. We got to take this trim piece out. Just pry it up, like pry it upwards, and you can get to this. I believe there's another bolt hidden underneath there. There's one right there. Most of the people say you have to take this third row out. I didn't have to, so I'm just showing you this one underneath, one bolt right underneath in this spot, and there's one bolt right underneath where the amplifier is. So basically you got to take the amplifier out, all this rear pieces out, and my car came with a proximity sensor, which is where the lock is right there. So make sure you just don't break the wires over there. Let's get started. That's the blow motor resistor right there. My blow motor is fine. Initially I thought it was bad, but seems to be working fine. Just to give you a quick idea where things are, the blow motor is right there and the resistor is right next to it. Make sure you use a trim removal tools. Nothing crazy, just a basic trim removal tool. There's a bunch of clips right here where you'll have to start prying. So there's one right there. Two bolts holding right here. I believe there's a couple of bolts. Let's take this out. I think, yeah. So amplifiers held by those two bolts. So you got to make sure to take those out as well. First things first, what I ended up doing was to take this trim piece out just a little bit so we can get to the trim which is holding right here. So once you take that part out, I ended up taking all this trim piece out, and then this cover, take this one out with those two bolts, and then you got to take the amplifier out in order to access the bolt for this trim, the side trim underneath there. And everything else is basically held by clips. So I just take all the clips out, and then this trim, the side panel, will basically come out. You should be able to just slide it out. I'll put the camera where we can see something in the front, and I'll get to work. Here's the proximity sensor which I was talking about. Right there, you gotta take that cable out like that. This whole panel can come off. Just like that. And that's your the three 10mm bolts holding the subwoofer. And then take that clip off, just like that. Press this little tab, and then slide it out. There goes that hidden bolt right there. I've already taken it out. That's I believe it's a 7mm. Let's check out my bolts right there. This guy. That's where the blow motor goes. Clip. And that's the blow motor resistor, which I gotta replace. This cable right here goes to the rear, I believe, like the cigarette lighter socket right there. This guy right here. So when you're initially removing it, make sure you don't like just pry it, yank it out and break any of those stuff. So make sure to remove that. Yeah, so these are your blend door actuators. Just in case if somebody wants to get the blend door issues in the rear HVAC, these two control those. And that's about it. I have to replace a couple of these clips. There's three. If you look at it, there's three right there holding that. One clip right here, one clip down here, one down there. So you get the idea. It's all like fastened around it. And I believe there's one right in that spot right there. There's one clip here. Just make sure you tighten it. It's right behind there, right underneath that wiring. There's a couple of clips over here which you got to make sure to line up correctly. There's three right there, and then there's a couple which needs to get lined up at the bottom trim piece right here, and there's another clip over here which gets mounted to the body. So that's good. box. Need to go in these two spots. Not even sure why I took it out, but there's nothing connecting in the back.